You ever wonder why some businesses just seem to be stuck, in survival mode, while others just grow like clockwork? Well, there's a hidden reason, a secret really, and once you see it, it can completely change everything for you. So, let's dive right in.
All right, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. DIY kills your growth. I know it's a bold statement, but honestly, it is often the single biggest thing holding people back. And today, we're gonna break down exactly why that is.
So if you've ever felt that frustration, you're working your tail off, but the results just aren't there, then you are in exactly the right place. Because we're about to pull back the curtain on the one strategic shift that can unlock the kind of growth you've been looking for.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about a super common mindset, one that quietly, almost sneakily, keeps businesses small. We call it the survival trap.
Now we've all heard this one, right? Give a man a fish and all that. And on the surface, it sounds like perfect wisdom. I mean, it's all about empowerment, self-sufficiency. What's not to love? But here's the thing, there's a hidden flaw in how we usually apply this to our businesses.
Think about it. What if the goal isn't just about surviving for a lifetime? What if it's about creating something bigger? Something that actually builds abundance, that creates opportunities for your team, for your family, for your community, for generations to come. See, that's where this old wisdom kind of falls short. See, when you hear teach a man to fish, what do you picture?
Without visibility, your business will not grow. I want to invite you to the next brand awareness event. It's designed for healthcare entrepreneurs who are tired of chasing leads, frustrated with the inconsistency of referral sources, and disappointed by the outcomes of paid advertising campaigns. This event is for you. We'll cover topics like how your content can start showing up on AI platforms like ChatGPT and Perplexity. We'll cover how to convert your website into a patient acquisition portal. And we'll talk about how to amplify your brand. This is the opportunity you've been waiting for. It's the insight and the information you need to fuel your growth. It's the brand awareness event. It's my personal invitation to you. I look forward to seeing you.
It's probably a single person, right? With a hook and a line, one fish at a time. It's a very tactical, one-off approach. And that right there is exactly how so many businesses operate. They have what we call a hook mentality, just always chasing that next single customer, that next one sale.
And that brings us to the absolute core of this whole thing. The fundamental difference between just surviving and actually thriving, it all boils down to one simple choice. Are you using hooks or are you building nets?
I mean, look at the difference here. The two paths could not be more clear. A hook, well, that's just survival. It's fragile. It gets you through today, maybe. But a net represents abundance. It's interconnected, it's strong, and it's a system that is actively, intentionally building your future.
And here's a trap so many people fall into. They think that just doing more of the same thing will somehow magically produce a different result. But listen, having 3 hooks in the water doesn't make a net. It doesn't create a system. All you're doing is spreading your desperation a little bit wider. You are still just fishing for survival.
This whole idea actually has some really deep roots. There's this ancient story about a group of pro fishermen who were just failing. They were coming up empty. And the advice they got wasn't to try a different hook or a new kind of bait. No, it was a complete shift in their method. The instruction was, let down your nets. Plural. It was about the system.
And this is the really cool part. The key detail is in the original language. The Greek word they used for nets here is diktion, and it literally means woven, interconnected, made of multiple strands. Isn't that brilliant? It shows that the breakthrough they had, it wasn't just luck. The miracle was in the method. The system itself, that was the key.
Okay, so this is a great metaphor, right? A woven net. But how do we actually take that idea and turn it into a real, concrete strategy for our businesses?
Well, let's break it down. In your business, hooks are those fragile standalone tactics, like relying on just one referral source, or maybe dumping your whole budget into a single ad campaign and just hoping for the best. A net, on the other hand, is when all of your marketing is woven together. It's when your patient portal is an actual customer-getting machine, your social media has a consistent voice, your SEO, your content, your ads, your partnerships, they all work together to create a strong, resilient system.
Okay, so building the net is one thing. That's half the battle. But remember the other part of the instruction? It wasn't just what to use, but where to use it. It was time for launching into the deep.
And this is just such a simple but powerful truth. Shallow water can't hold abundance. You could have the best, most perfectly woven net in the entire world, but if you're just casting it in the shallow water, you're gonna come up empty. Playing it safe, not taking any real risks, that's the shallows.
So I want you to take just a second and be really honest with yourself. Where are you positioned right now? Are you playing it safe in the shallows where, let's be honest, the results are pretty scarce? Or are you actually positioned out in the deep where the real opportunity lives?
And this right here is precisely why that whole do-it-yourself mindset fails. Because operating in the deep, it requires more than just you. It absolutely demands trust, it demands collaboration and support. You can't haul in a net that's overflowing with fish all by yourself. You need a team, you need systems, you need support ready to handle that kind of success.
Okay, so there's one final layer to this story that I think makes it even more powerful. It's a story about failure, about second chances, and about what happens when a system is truly built to last.
So the story continues, right? And after this period of failure and huge disappointment, those same fishermen, what did they do? They went right back to their old ways, fishing all night with their single hooks and catching, you guessed it, nothing. And maybe you can relate to that, right? You try something new, it doesn't quite work out, so you just retreat to what feels familiar. But then, the same instruction came again. Cast the net. The method still works, even after a setback.
And here is the detail that we absolutely cannot miss. This time, the catch was massive, huge. But the story makes a very specific point of telling us, with all those fish, the net did not break. A well-constructed system isn't just about catching success. It's designed to handle the pressure of that success. It won't fall apart on you right when you get the growth you've been working so hard for. So please, let this be your reminder. Real, sustainable abundance, it's not some random stroke of luck. It's the result of a measured, intentional, complete system. It is something you build, not something you just sit around and hope for. So at the end of the day, it really comes down to a final, very clear choice. You can keep fishing with hooks, right? And that will always, always keep you in survival mode, just chasing the next meal. Or you can start building nets. You can start building those interconnected systems that don't just get you through today, but that guarantee your tomorrow.
And you know, ultimately, this question is so much bigger than just business growth. It's about your legacy. It's about what you're creating in the long term. So which is it going to be? The hook that just provides for a day, or the net that builds a legacy? The choice, as always, is yours.